Deceiver 7 is finally here, guys. And I think I developed more gray hairs from this pack than any other pack because Serum 2, I tried my best to utilize some of the new features in it for sounds. And as you guys are going to see, some of them will contain it, while others are going to be doing stuff differently, just paying homage to the old school Deceiver sounds, as well as some of the new Electro Tech that we've been seeing with Max Styler, Genesi, and a lot of the top artists out there. So the first sound we have here is called Casio Watch. Now, this is a sound I made to pretty much resemble a rolling bass. Do something like this. Now, if I play up an octave from this note, I can implement what I would call the Genesi, the Max Styler effect, the vampire rave. Okay. We can take off the sub if you just want to use it as a lead, which is just as good. We can square it, or we can bring back the sub. We don't need the mono layer. We can remove that with the mod. Detune it. Okay. But it's meant to be more of a bass. Okay. The next sound we have here is called Consequences. Really cool sound. We had the aggressive patch. Then we can get some really cool stuff like this from this one simple patch. Okay, from there we have one called Dystopian, which is going to be another one of these. Some delay, some chorus. All right, let's do, have fun with that. Okay, some delay. You can widen it. Again, lead to use. From there, ARP floating. Just a nice little bell sound. Chris Lake inspired us here. Really nice sound. From there, we have one called Professor Shit. Now, I know this has nothing to do with Tech House, but usually I'm doing these live streams where I show you guys how I make these patches. Traditionally, I started doing them because the problem with sound design is a lot of times we'll have other sound designers wanting to come on and they will rename our presets or rename presets from other people, which is a big no on my book, ethics, man. And you know, I just wanted to show people live that I am making these from scratch, as well as taking requests. So someone came in and requested this sound, which in essence, it's going to be the Axwell Until the Lights sound. So if you guys can use it in any cool way in a tech house song, I think there's a sequence in there. I like to do some cool. Conforming it. Just playing around here with the mods. From there we have Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I used this one for one of the synth loops in the pack, which a lot of people liked. I posted it up on my story and a lot of you guys loved it. Oh man. From there, we get into the bass section of the pack. And the bass section, the way that I wanted to improve it from the other Deceivers was to use these. Well, these fucking headphones are like a double-edged sword because I would go through them and hear the basses and just not be happy with them. So I did a lot of quality control runs in order to make sure they sound as best as I possibly can for you guys to use them. I know in previous Deceivers, I used to make them, and they say ignorance is bliss to an extent because when you use like very neutral sounding stuff, everything sounds not so good. So I tried my best to make these sound as best as possible. The first one we have here is called Honey. I'm going to correct the spelling of this preset for you guys. But I do have this sequence that's playing with it. In the clip section, you guys will know where it's inspired from. Key thing here is you can turn this off, just to keep that in mind, because some of the patches are going to have it, so you can turn that off. But from here, you know, one of the things that I've always wanted for you guys to be able to do cool stuff with these patches. For the breaks. Like so. Let's pull it back. You already know where it's from. Can move this, turn it off. This is just telling you how it should be used. So some of these recreations are gonna have clips attached to them, so make sure you play with them. But this one sounds super sick when you play. You are gonna have to automate this cutoff to do something like that. But that gives you that's gonna be that. Do a moment. Add reverb. And that's how we're gonna use it. Heavily stacked bass lines for Deceiver 7 because the engine allows us to do it in a really cool way. Here we have one, again, recommended by someone in a live stream. It's not Tech House, it's Interplanetary Criminal, but we could definitely do some cool stuff with it. Get wubby with it. And we have some accent mods here. You can also add a middle one. Okay, so 2 mods for that. And then the swipe. Again, 11 parameters are being changed with it, not just one. All right, because I see a lot of people out there saying, oh, we added the mods to stuff for you, but a lot of them aren't really doing jack shit to an extent. Excuse me, but again, I take my time with these. So we got the Ayybo bass. Here we have one called .com, which in my head, it was like if Chris Lake or Chris Lorenzo ever needed a bass, but for some reason they love squares a lot. We do have the FM blaster here. I have one called Frenchman, inspired by Mau P. The cool thing is someone was able to get me the Mau P, Chris Lake, Chris Lorenzo Coachella sets before they got taken down. So I have access to them. So I was just going through their live sets, hearing sounds, and trying to remake them from the streams. For the break. That's how we would use this. Now we can get dirty. We have a Latino bass, which in essence is just a sustained bass, so you might use it like. Okay. You can make the bass a lot more tighter with the mods. More of a nice indie dance electro style bass. And keep in mind, some of these are going to have velocity, which means if I play soft, the filter is going to be closed, or if I have a lower velocity in the MIDI, and if I have a higher velocity, it's going to open up a lot more, allowing for some more intricate style of shots. Then we can move this. Sounds cool. Then we get that. TR. You call her Stephanie. I call her Heffany. Okay, boom. Mega Yoy. That's what I call it, bass sequence. Inspired by Chris Lake and Disclosure. So, you know, maybe add some different drums, like some Latin ones or something like that. Get a clap loop in there. Yeah, so those are some of the basses, guys. There's a lot more to the pack in terms of the basses. Like, I didn't go through the Psycho one, the Sub ones, the Ocean by Chris Lake. There's a lot of really cool ones for you guys to explore. But from there, we're going to have some of the chord stabs. This one's inspired by Roddy Lima. I like this one a lot. I had to figure it out, but in essence, it's just a Fisher from Stay. Super nice. So we put it down more. And then we got to move the nostalgia. But it's really cool. Let's delete it. In essence, let's get rid of the make your own chord. Bit of attack. Some minimal nights action for you guys here. Mind chatter. Just wanted to make it for the pack. Electric piano, FM piano mod. Super nice. Organic and synthy at the same. Here's one of the ones I tried to use the new features inside of Serum called Shrooms. Just plain notes. So this would be a good little song. I know this isn't Deceiver vibes. There we go. That's a song for someone. G sharp, A sharp, down an octave, D sharp. Someone make a song out of that because I really like that. Effects. A little filter sheep inspired by a Craze. For Electro Tech people. Play with it. Marcus Strauss effects lead. Just wanted to do it because he does something. Just want to send a message to him. Can't hide your sequences from us. It's from one of his songs. I think the Tootsie Roll song. Nailed it to the T. Someone can send him that. Here we have one based on how an acid should sound. And then we have some nice mods. Swell it up, and I think the FM does some really cool stuff. I think this one. So this is an FM shot made out of trombone. Super sick sounding. Get this. Inspired by Max Styler, in a sense. Maybe he uses a spectral, you know, like resonator, but making it super sick. This is probably one of my favorite basic saws. It sounds so fat. Yeah, check it out. It's so nice. Well processed. It's a nice little flute sample. I love this lead. It's one of my other favorites. Lower down. It's a really cool sound using the new spectral feature in Ableton. Super. Here's a sound from Max Styler, Westend, or Genesi if they want to use it. Here we have on Cocaine Master, and I really went hard on this Electro Tech leads just because you guys already know. If you know, you know. So I was like, you know what? Let's go at it then. But pretty much, you know, I'm using all the layers inside of Serum. This one's gonna be really fucking. Now, I think Tom Dahl doesn't really make tech house nowadays, but I still wanted to pay homage and make one of his sounds, which I think people like. So we pulled this mod up. The clip is playing that for us. And we can also get the pluck. Widen it. FM the lead a bit more. And do some cool sounds with this. Then we can take it up a notch. A bit of texture. There we go. We got some quirky leads in the picture. Get this nice little FM sound. So play around. Here we have an old school electro house lead. Since we're headed in that direction, I was like, why not? Let's add an ultra layer. We can also gate it. And some weird vocal leads on top. essence, it's a mega, super duper one of these. You got the ocean. You got the ocean. You got the ocean. Okay, so everything's programmed for that. You can use it in anywhere you want. Here's an Ayybo inspired lead. I forget the melody he uses. Lorenzo inspired sound. Can make it weird. Sick. Here's a Genesi one with Max Styler. You can play around with the tones or those starting wave. To make it super tight. Synth sound, because Malpi had an edit that he did, and I really like the way these saws sound in the original track. It sounds very analog-y, very dirty, but still good. So this has more of that analog vibe. That's the way it was programmed. We got a latent Giordani sound, Rhythm of God. And then I'm using the sax. I'm going to show you guys just one pad because I really worked hard on this. Left side on this patch is going to be playing bottom. And then the top. So, tried my best. Again. Just using the pads. I don't know if these are tech housey, but so beautiful, right? And okay, and then the nuts. Okay, and now let's get into the sample pack of Deceiver 7, which is going to be pretty much stacked. First off, there's going to be acid loops. I did use this acid box in order to record some of these. I haven't really processed them other than utilizing the overdrive feature on it, so that way you guys can put your own reverb and delay. I might have done it for a couple, but you know, it's an important question for me if I should be adding reverb and delay to these sounds or letting you guys do that. I would love to hear your response to that if you guys want to leave an answer to that, but I'll show you guys some of that. So some of these can be used as mid basses to support, and some can be used outright if you choose to. For example, con la Macarena. You can grab part. We're going to have a lot of bass loops for this pack. There's going to be a couple of sections. We have the Electro Tech section. And for most of these bass loops, what I'm doing is utilizing my analog synths. Some of them you'll hear a bit of noise in them, which is totally fine because you're eventually going to end up filtering some of the bass. But again, it's just something that comes with using analog synths. But here's like a bass loop. We have one called New Moon. That's the fun. track should have sounded like. Let's bring in like a shaker loop so you guys can see the pack in action. Labios mientras juega con su terreno. Juega con su terreno. Pack will also contain long fills and short fills, so here's a couple. Long fill is probably one of my favorite ones. Goes up and up and up and up. This clap that just keeps. Here we go. Drum loop section, which as you guys saw me use for the Latin stuff, we are going to have like some of the top loops essentially scoped down, but from there, there's also going to be individual snares that are just going to be there to really help you with the beat. For instance, if you need like little gaps in between, some of these are just going to be in between. To really fill in the gap of the beats. Shaker loops. Again, I always try and get very fancy with these because I'm always like, man, how much more shaker loops can people use? So I'm just trying to put a bit more effort in making them sound like you're the Tacoma keys. Some are going to be more complex than others. Of course, kick loops, all different kinds. First, gonna have effects as well, like uplifters. Some of them are gonna be more complex than others, but always trying to kind of think differently on what to do to bring new ones, because this is Deceiver 7, so you know, we've been at it for a while now together, and I don't want to have repeats for you guys, so always trying my best here. The Super Udo 6 here, so hopefully they sound a little different than what's out there. Just different sounding again. We got noise ups, the basic sweeps. Just different tones to them. Some of them also get a little fancy. This one was made using the Serum preset, the Aztec King. Here's the Baradan one that I did in a tutorial. You got some funky leads. House vibe. I was feeling it. We had to add it. Then we got the lower one. Dun, dun, dun. I didn't forget about the Latin house, guys. This can work with a really nice Spanish vocal. Electro Tech. Got a little nice payout. Under control. Going to be a synth shots folder and a vocal loops folder where we have the very iconic Deceiver vocals that get used very heavily because they just work a lot with tech. They aren't too melodic and they're not too well, some of them are melodic, but some of them are going to be pretty out there. There's going to be a lot of them. Just trying our best here to give it to you guys, give you guys some dope stuff, so check it out. This one is an Age of Love spectral resonator.
Dance with me, move that body.
That you have to clear if you do use it, because I just used my voice and said pretty much the lyrics from Age of Love, which is an iconic song.
This one's for all the ravers out there that need a little something, need a little bumping, need a bit of bass, need a shot of space for the thrill, for the chase. This one's for all.
Have you ever had that feeling that
Some are
you
gonna
wanted
be
to move to
long,
the beat?
but look for the
now.
look for the
I can help you
iconic
move
lines you
your
need,
feet.
or just use it as is.
Oh, baby. Fuck it up.
Fuck it up.
Be a freak today.
Oh yeah.
Dash,
Shit.
built for rhythm, made for sin. Touch the button, let me in. Turn me up and feel me grind. I'm the glitch, you can't rewind. Built for rhythm, made for sin. Touch the button.
It's a weird vocal,
let
isn't
me
it?
in. Turn
Thinks
me
it's
up
sane.
I can do better. Better than this. I can do better.
So you guys gotta use them in your tracks, man.
Don't miss the beat!
Screaming into an amp.
Girl knows what she's working with, she's got her freak mode on. No one's there to stop her, she knows what she's about.
Freaky with it. Get freaky with it. Get freaky with it.
That's me right now, just doing this like preview of all the sounds I've made over these past months.
Straight from
Straight from hell.
Ooh, I love that vocal, man.
Yo. Hit him with that good shit, man.
I love acid. I love my raves. I love to party without limits. I love my sugar. I love the night. I love to fuck it with your nasty beat.
Oh.
I'm losing my mind.
Oh, let me take your head into another dimension.
Encontré en el baño labios rojos. Dice que es adicta a lo sucio y lo obsceno. Se baja los panties. Me dice ven, mordiéndose los labios mientras juega con su terreno. Juega con su terreno.
Let the bass hit like
Let your inner freak out.
Out of control. Out of control.
Ella solo quiere perreo y que la jalen del pelo. Tiene cara de santa, pero le encanta el veneno. ¡Uah! Gimme como puta cuando le doy sin miedo. Me mira a los ojos y dice, no seas bueno.
I'm starting to learn how to rap.
What is house, you might ask? What is house, you might ask?
Bro, I like it deep, I like it naughty way you taught me.
Deep, 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 deep.
You like it raw, you like it deeply, like it naughty way I want it.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Warning,
Got also these robotic ones.
warning. Sonic overload commencing in 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, so it's pretty wild that I'm showing the previews for Deceiver 7 as I started it months ago, but it's super rewarding to see how it came out, and I hope that you guys resonate with these sounds. And if you do, you can see yourself using them in your productions, and make sure to head over to evilsounds.com. That's where you can support this pack. You can see all the artists that have used the Deceiver series, and again, this was one of the hardest ones for me to make, knowing all the people that have supported it, big and small artists. I just wanted to make sure it's something fun for you guys to use to be able to craft tracks, have fun with it, start songs with, and finish songs with as well. That being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you guys for joining me here for Deceiver 7. I hope you guys enjoyed the previews.